Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Language Lab, the show where we lovingly dissect the language we actually used in our latest episode about idioms, and we make it slightly less confusing along the way.
Yes, we do. And today we're diving into our episode about idioms that Hannah already mentioned. And it's those expressions that sound totally bananas until someone explain what they actually mean.
Yes. So, if you've ever wondered why someone's life is their oyster or why you got goosebumps during a standing ovation, stick around.
Yep. And the first word that we used towards the beginning of our episode is the word literal or literally. And this means exactly as it sounds.
Yes.
People overuse it nowadays.
Yep.
So when someone is telling you, oh, dude, I'm literally starving, it doesn't mean that they're actually about to unalive themselves because they're so hungry.
Yep.
It just means that they're very, 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 very hungry. So be careful with that word.
Kind of like being dramatic a little bit, right?
It's all about the drama.
Yeah. The next word that we used was the word proverb, and that's kind of like in connection to idioms in general. A proverb is kind of like a short, wise, smart saying. It's kind of like, for example, like don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's an example of a proverb. There's like a message behind the expression.
Yes. And the word origin, we used it a couple of times during our episode because we were talking about the origins of some idioms. And origin is basically where something comes from. So, like how spill the beans may come from Greek or maybe from someone who doesn't know how to handle beans. We don't know. So, history isn't clear, but very fun.
Yeah, exactly. Another word that we used during our episode is disclaimer. And a disclaimer, it's kind of like a, heads up, right? So it's something that's like a little note or something before you say something, like something that's not meant to offend you or confuse you or to be taken too seriously. So it's kind of like, we were talking about idioms and their origins, and we say like disclaimer: we are not professionals, we're not historians, or anything with like a licensed whatever education or whatever. It's just kind of our own personal stories or things that we looked up.
Good. And a yum one, oyster. We use it in an idiom, the world's your oyster, but we thought that we would explain what an oyster is. And an oyster is a type of a shellfish with an irregular hard shell, which is pretty difficult to open.
Yes.
It's a challenge. And it's known for being a good and fancy food source and sometimes for producing pearls.
Yes.
And oysters are fancy food, and usually you would eat it with some champagne.
And delicious.
They're
so
delicious.
Good. I love myself an oyster. Okay, the next one is to do some digging, just a little expression that we used. And something that we did in preparation for our previous episode. So, do some digging. You're not literally digging, it just means that you're like researching or you're investigating something, like internet searching, that type of thing.
Yeah. Slaughter. We are going to talk about the literal and idiomatic meaning of this word, but literally, the word slaughter means to unalive animals.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, unpleasant one. Idiomatically, you can say something like, we slaughtered them, meaning that we won big.
Yes.
Just the context is very important, guys.
Exactly. Okay, a curtsy. We mentioned this very quickly, but a curtsy is a type of like a little dip or a little bow that is usually done by women. And so, like, usually I think we think about it in a royal setting, like a king and the queen or a princess will kind of curtsy. You can also do it in the theater. So when you're bowing to the audience at the end, sometimes typically women will do a little curtsy. Yeah.
The word encore is actually a French word, and it's a request for a performer to perform again. And usually it's shouted enthusiastically at concerts or aggressively by toddlers to have another bedtime story.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Encore, encore. Yeah. Next, we have the word die hard, like a die hard fan. And that is somebody who is really into something, like absolutely loves them. So it's like, if you think about maybe you in the future, somebody who might like camp out for like a Star Wars movie premiere or have a Star Wars themed wedding or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect, respect. Yeah.
We use the word swell, and this one also have a couple of meanings, the literal one and the figurative one. So the literal meaning is to grow in size for whatever reasons. Yeah. And figuratively, this one is used as like, that's great. If you say something like, that's wow, it means that it's great. Yeah.
It's also kind of an older word though. When we use it figuratively, like, oh, he's a swell guy, it's a little bit old fashioned.
What would be the modern day equivalent? What do the kids say? Like alpha? No. Or sigma? Sigma, that's the word.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if those have any like
positive. Oh my God, his sigma. I guess that it needs, again, I belong more to
this is like
swell generation.
Oh no, this is swell generation is far, far back. I would say like in our generation, it would be like dope. Yeah. Dope. That's dope. I think maybe the younger oh my God, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but like aura points.
Okay, no.
Anyway, okay. Yeah. You guys can let us know. Gen Zs. Next, we have the word quirky. This is such a cute, fun word because the sound of it is similar to the meaning of it. And it's like a nice way of saying like, oh, it's a little weird. It's not normal, but I like it, right? So it's like, maybe somebody who is quirky, they'll have like 37 plants that they all name Bob.
Timothy.
Something like that's a quirky person. Yeah.
The next word is hypocritical. Good one. Hypocritical is an adjective. Hypocrite is a noun. And if someone is a hypocrite, it means that their behavior is the opposite from the one that they claim to believe or feel.
Yeah.
And normally, as we mentioned in the previous episode, these are people who judge other people's actions or life choices, but they actually do the same things.
Yes.
But then judging them for this. So a good example would be like, I don't know, a fitness coach who would be telling you to eat healthy, but then eating donuts during your training sessions.
I feel like I've
2 more push-ups. You go, you can do it.
I feel like I've had some fitness coaches like this in the past. Yeah. Okay. Abrupt or abruptly is the adverb form of it. And abruptly means suddenly, like without any warning. Like, I'm having a very important meeting on Zoom and my Wi-Fi stops working abruptly.
Ugh, yes. It sucks. Yeah. Withdrawal. So couple of meanings. You can withdraw money from an ATM, like when you go to a machine, insert your card, choose whatever cash you need, it gives it to you. Or withdrawal can also be an emotional or physical feeling of pain and discomfort that you might have from, I don't know, abstaining from caffeine or Instagram or your weekly dose of language lab.
True. Yep. I think people can suffer from withdrawal.
Yep.
If you don't listen. Next, we have the word goosebumps. And goosebumps are basically like, it's a physical thing where on your skin, you get these little tiny bumps on your skin. And you can get it for different reasons. Like if you're cold, you can get goosebumps. If you're scared, you can get goosebumps. Maybe when you're nervous or like when you're in awe, like, I don't know.
Overly excited.
Seeing Adele perform live, I would get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yes, that would give me goosebumps for sure.
The next word is a good one. I mean, all of our words are good.
They're all good.
Yes, they're all good. So I should stop
We don't
saying
discriminate.
That. Yep. Anywho, the next one is vernacular. And vernacular is basically everyday language, your slang, your local lingo, your what's up instead of a hello.
Yeah.
Something
like part
that.
of our vernacular. This is our vernacular, we can say. Okay. And we have the expression, I guess, down the line. And down the line means basically in the future. So I might get a dog down the line. I don't have a dog right now. I would love one down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And we did talk about some idioms that I have in my first languages. And during the episode, we could not come up with any equivalents.
I could not.
But
I
then I told you that I've been searching for them for a while, so we could not. But we did some digging before recording this episode. And Hannah, I'm going to leave them to you.
Okay. So the first one was in your language, the idiom give someone a pig. And I couldn't figure it out. I don't think there's an equivalent idiom, but there is an expression to screw over.
Yeah. To screw someone over.
Yes.
Good one.
And the other one was a bear's favor. And you had explained it. And again, couldn't really find the perfect idiom that is the same, but I guess you could say something is more of a hindrance than a help.
Yes. Yeah. I guess that this one would be the closest one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. That's a wrap, or should we say that's a swell encore?
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, see you next time on Language Lab.
Bye. Just bye.
Just bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.